Right now, at this exact moment, millions of people are screaming at a piece of glass. Their blood pressure is rising, cortisol flooding their bloodstream, and their emotions spinning out of control. Some are crying, others are smashing furniture, and many are pacing like their personal fate depends on what happens next. All of this chaos erupts because 11 strangers in a city they do not live in and a life they will never touch failed to move a ball across a painted field. Society calls this passion, but the success logic calls it a neurochemical hijack, a mass-scale manipulation of ancient wiring. While most of the world remains emotionally entangled in an outcome they cannot influence, there is a smaller, quieter group of individuals who do not care. If you are one of them, if you've ever felt like an outsider in a room full of roaring fans, you are not dull or detached. Your brain is tuned differently. You possess something rare in an age of engineered distraction, cognitive sovereignty. This isn't really about sports. It's about why your mind resists the tribal magnetism that pulls so many others into emotional whirlpools. For hundreds of thousands of years, survival depended on the tribe. Your ancestors lived or died based on the collective strength of the group. If the tribe succeeded in the hunt, everyone ate. If the tribe failed, everyone suffered. Modern sports activate this same circuitry, creating a simulation of survival that tricks the brain. Fans experience something psychologists call basking in reflected glory. Their brains release bonding chemicals as if athletes on a screen are part of their family. You can observe this glitch through language. When the team wins, fans proclaim, "We won," but when it loses, they distance themselves instantly with, "They lost." It is a shield against pain, a psychological loophole that allows them to borrow the thrill of victory while discarding the sting of defeat. But if you don't indulge in this cycle, your sense of identity comes from within, not from borrowed triumphs. You operate with an internal locus of control, meaning you generate your validation instead of outsourcing it to strangers. Digging deeper, biology reveals another layer. Sports fandom functions like a dopamine slot machine: uncertainty, risk, tension, and sudden reward. Studies using fMRI scans show that when a fan's team loses, their brain reacts as if they themselves experienced physical harm. Emotional regulation dips, rational thought collapses, and instinct takes over. Yet some brains don't fall for this trap. Genetic variations in dopamine receptors can predict who becomes absorbed in spectator sports and who remains indifferent. Your lack of interest isn't apathy, it is calibration. While many rely on watching others compete, your brain saves dopamine for direct action. You don't want to watch the hunt, you want to be the hunt. This pattern extends into history. Ancient empires learned that if you keep the masses fed and entertained, they stop paying attention to everything else. Bread and circuses became a method of control, a way to pacify citizens with spectacle. Today's version is far more sophisticated. Modern circuses come with billion-dollar marketing strategies, data-driven psychology, and endless emotional hooks. Fans become predictable consumers, easily guided by merchandise cycles, rivalries, and advertising narratives. But when you resist the emotional pull, you become difficult to manipulate. Your attention cannot be purchased, and your dopamine cannot be leased. In a world built to capture minds, your mind is an expensive asset. There is also a darker psychological layer known as identity fusion, where the boundary between the individual and the group dissolves. This is why sports riots erupt, why families fracture over rival teams, and why normally rational adults behave like soldiers defending tribal colors. Fused identity overrides personal values, but your detachment shields you. Where others lose themselves in the swarm, you stay rooted. Your independence is not emotional emptiness, it is clarity, a refusal to surrender your selfhood to collective chaos. Let's examine the time cost. The average sports fan spends 7 to 15 hours per week watching games, consuming commentary, scrolling through updates, and debating outcomes. Over 40 years, this adds up to roughly 25,000 hours. With that amount of time, a person could master multiple languages, build businesses, write books, acquire elite skills, or transform their financial landscape entirely. While the tribe argues about referee calls and player trades, you reclaim your cognitive real estate and invest in pursuits that compound rather than fade. And this brings us to the core distinction. There are spectators and there are architects. Spectators invest emotion into outcomes they cannot change. They yell at screens that never respond. They feel victory only when someone else earns it. Architects, on the other hand, are too busy shaping their own lives to be absorbed by manufactured drama. They build systems, skills, and futures. They channel their emotions into actions that matter. You're not out of the loop. You've chosen a loop where your decisions have weight. You aren't missing the party. You are constructing the place where the real party will eventually happen. What matters now is how you use this awareness. When you stop letting culture dictate what deserves your attention, you gain the freedom to design a life built on intention instead of impulse. The quiet mind becomes a strategic mind. The independent mind becomes a powerful one. You are not shaped by the scoreboard. You are shaped by your choices. That is the real victory, the one no stadium can imitate. And once you recognize this difference, your future shifts into a level of authorship.